Hi friends, Mayor Moreno here with our City Council recap from our meeting of January 26th, 2021. We had several items of note during our City Manager's report. The first one was to talk about the 5 remaining Measure D20 sales tax public input meetings. Please, if you haven't done it already, we encourage you to participate. They're 90 minutes. You have an opportunity. There's a 25-minute video that really gives you the nuts and bolts of what's going on in the city, where are the issues, citywide, public safety, public works, all of that. And then a chance to ask questions and then breakout rooms. And I've been told by members of the public that are attending that they're actually enjoying it. It's very non-intimidating and they're really able to give input and have that back and forth with staff. So go to visitatascadero.org, click on that banner. You can't miss it, and please come to one of those remaining 5 meetings. We want your input. Also, the zoo reopens Friday, which is great news. The farmers market this week will be canceled due to the expected rains. So great that we're getting all this rain, but of course, so much rain in a short period of time can pose a problem. So Public Works is, preparing and ready and waiting for issues that could come as a result of that. Let's see, we also have a sand for sandbags available at Fire Station 1. You'll need to bring your own bags, and any utensils that you need to get the sand, but sand is available at Fire Station 1, which of course with the rains right now can really come in handy. We also have had a lot of conversation on social media about trash and debris in the creek, which of course brings up the issue of encampments. And we did go through that in the City Manager's report a little bit tonight. We talked about the creek cleanup that we do every September. There's one coming up on February 13th with a group called Earthshine. And so they are doing a creek cleanup meeting in Sunken Gardens on Saturday, February 13th at 10 a.m. And so from 10 to noon. And I know they would welcome a ton of volunteers, as many volunteers as they can get. What our city manager did share is that since the creek cleanup in September, since then we've done 9 encampment cleanups. And so you can tell that it doesn't take long for the trash and debris and things to return. And so we are certainly always looking for ways to improve that area. We are open to any members of the public who want to partner with us. Please do reach out. This is a challenge, we know, and we want to work with you, any volunteers that are willing and able. Let's see. Oh, Kiwanis does a graffiti removal as well. So I know they're always looking for volunteers, so you can reach out. If you know any Kiwanians, reach out and let them know you'd like to be a part of that. Or of course, reach out to the city and we'll put you in touch with them. Let me see if there's anything else. Oh, of course, one of the big ones in the city manager's plan, Fire Chief Casey Bryson came on and talked about our new disaster evacuation system called Zone Haven. This system came about by some GIS experts and public safety experts who have been around during some of the recent really awful, horrific fires that we've had, and said there's got to be a better way to help people evacuate and be informed in the case of an emergency. And so they put that together. And the really neat thing is that back in 2019 at strategic planning, we as a council set this as a priority, comprehensive, disaster readiness. And so to now, 2 years later, see this coming to fruition is really incredible. So it will be rolling out shortly. Be on the lookout for it. And I think you're really going to get a lot of information from it and get a better understanding. And there will be a know your zone, really knowing where you are, where are the evacuation routes. There's a whole back end from a public safety perspective, so they know where the critical infrastructure is, where the points are, where they need to do traffic control. It's a very robust system, and really looking forward to seeing that roll out. And then on our agenda, we had really only 2 items tonight, management reports. One was a review of our 2019-2020 audit. So every year we have an audit by an outside third party. And our audit opinion is an unmodified opinion, which is the best opinion you could have on your financial statements. Of course, 2019, 2020, we started to see the beginning effects of COVID. And, of course, it's been a challenging year. We did see some one-time influx of revenues, particularly with regards to our Senate Bill 1090 money, almost $800,000 relating to the Diablo Canyon closure. That money needs to be used for economic development, so we will be talking about that and planning for that in this coming year. We also had some money due to the CARES Act, which is the money that we're being reimbursed to cover some of the COVID related costs. If you want to see the financial statements, go to atascadero.org and in a search bar, simply type in financial statements. It will take you to a page, click on where it says financial statements. It will pull up a list of, financial statements down throughout the years. The document's about 150 pages. And governmental accounting is very different from business accounting or accounting that you and I just do for our own personal finances. But if there's any questions that you have, if you want to read through that, if anything is confusing, you need clarity, or some particular thing within the financial statements that you're really interested in, reach out. We're happy to answer any of those questions. Okay? And lastly, we looked at the 2020 roads report. So every year by now, if you've lived here for a while, you've seen that we send out a brochure that shows you every year where your F14 money is going for the local roads. And so this is a sales tax measure that we, the voters, passed in 2014. And we as a council promised that it would go to local streets and roads. And we have kept that promise. You'll see on that report that the tally to date up through 2021 will be, once those roads are complete, 23.93 miles that have been, rehabilitated or, some type of maintenance rehabilitation done on them since the passage of F14. These are roads that we would not have been able to do otherwise. We would not have had the funding for. Now, of course, there are other roads that we continue to use local transportation funds for, like, say, El Camino, Santa Lucia, those arterial roads. We also, of course, have SB1 funding now, so that also tends to go for more of those major roadways. So be on the lookout for that report. It will come in about a month. And it's exciting to see that, the voters put that forward and said, yes, we want this, and to now see the progress that's been made over all these years. So yay for the roads. And if you want a little bit of a discussion on how the roads are chosen, because we often get that question, certainly not council that chooses those roads, and it's really not staff. There's a very methodical engineering, science-based way that those roads are chosen. So our meeting was about 2 hours. If you want to watch on the video, about an hour and 25 minutes in is where we started the roads discussion. And I asked our Director of Public Works, Nick DeBar, to talk about how those roads are chosen. And so that might give you a little bit of insight as to how that is done. And that was our meeting for January 26th, 2021. And I'll be back next time. Bye for now.